Breaking news on the XRP headline channel. This is James, and things are heating up in the SEC Ripple saga. For the second time in just 2 days, we've received a cryptic but telling hint directly from the SEC itself. Yes, you heard that right, the SEC. All signs point to the appeal vanishing into thin air. Could this be the end of the SEC's fight against Ripple? I'll break it all down for you. I've been trading crypto successfully for over 380 days, consistently closing every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $29,000 in profits by copying my trades. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in the profile description and start copying my trades for free today. But that's not all. Polymark now pegs the odds of an XRP ETF approval by 2025 at a staggering 81%. For those of us who've championed XRP for years, it's hard not to say, "We told you so." Vindication has never tasted sweeter. And here's another bombshell. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is making waves in Washington, meeting with top policymakers and shaping conversations around U.S. crypto regulation. Reports even suggest he's had direct talks with none other than President Trump, discussing XRP's potential role as a reserve asset for the United States. The spotlight is on XRP, and the future has never looked brighter. Buckle up, folks, because things are heating up in the XRP world. Imagine this: multiple XRP ETFs launching, speculation going wild, and all of it unfolding in the middle of a bull run. Yeah, it's safe to say we might have just backed the right horse here. Call me crazy, but it's looking pretty good. Now, let me pause for a sec. I'm not a financial guru, no credentials here. I'm just an enthusiast who loves talking crypto on YouTube, purely for fun. So don't go buying or selling anything based on my ramblings, all right? Back to the action. The first crack in the SEC versus Ripple case started to show recently. We all suspected this might happen, especially with a new pro-crypto administration in play. But the real bombshell dropped last Thursday, a move from the SEC that no one saw coming. They acknowledged the New York Stock Exchange's application to list Grayscale's XRP ETF. Yep, you heard that right. The SEC is taking steps toward approval, and this could be the beginning of a seismic shift. Under previous administrations, the SEC mastered the art of stonewalling. Their strategy? Do nothing. For years, decades even, they'd ignore filings until legally forced to acknowledge them. It was a game of silence. But now, something unusual is happening. The SEC, amidst an ongoing appeal, has not only acknowledged an XRP ETF filing, but done so without being required. Why does this matter? Nate Garazzi, president of the ETF store, summed it up perfectly. Shocked more people aren't talking about this. The SEC is locked in litigation with Ripple, yet they've accepted a filing on the very asset in dispute. They could have rejected it outright, but they didn't. This move raises eyebrows and questions. Read that again. The SEC just acknowledged filing an ETF holding asset in dispute. Let that sink in. This is a massive signal, in my opinion. Here's the thing. XRP, the ETF's holding asset, is not in dispute. And while some might assume otherwise, it's likely due to a misunderstanding. Many believe that when the SEC filed an appeal, XRP somehow lost its legal clarity. That's simply not true. XRP gained legal clarity back on July 13th, and the appeal only concerns specific Ripple transactions. Even if the SEC wins the appeal, which would be unfortunate for Ripple, it wouldn't change XRP's legal status. No delisting from exchanges. No chaos. Nothing. This move by the SEC marks a clear shift, no question about it. From the top down, there's a new tone. Pro-crypto. The Ripple lawsuit? It's on borrowed time. But let's be crystal clear. The existence of a lawsuit doesn't mean XRP can't power an ETF. The SEC saga continues, but let's set the record straight. This lawsuit, even if it drags on, which I doubt, doesn't put the asset itself in question. That misconception is everywhere, and it's time to move past it. Now, let's talk about the real fireworks. Another huge signal just dropped. In back-to-back moves, the SEC has acknowledged not one but two XRP ETF filings. Yes, you read that right. On Friday, the SEC officially recognized asset manager 21 Shares XRP ETF application, just a day after Grayscale's filing. The XRP price skyrocketed 17% on the news, sending shockwaves through the community. Could this mean approval is near? Some think so, but let's temper the excitement. Approval isn't literally imminent. Attorney Jeremy Hogan predicts the lawsuit might wrap by April or May, clearing the way for the ETF process, which could take a bit longer due to procedural hurdles. But make no mistake, Momentum is building. Fox Business journalist Eleanor Tarrant nailed why this matters. The SEC is finally showing an open mind. Remember when exchanges yanked Solana's applications last year because the SEC wouldn't engage? That's not the case here. XRP, Litecoin, Doge, Solana, crypto ETFs are moving forward, and this is no small step. It's a seismic shift, a sign that these products have a real shot at launching. In fact, it's more than a chance. Betting markets are calling it a virtual certainty. Polymarket, the prediction platform that's become a cultural sensation, isn't just for crypto insiders anymore. It's making waves across pop culture. And now, it's buzzing with bold bets on the fate of XRP. According to Cointelegraph, the odds of an XRP ETF approval by 2025 have skyrocketed to 81% on Polymarket. Here's the backdrop. XRP just surged over 10% in 2 days, fueled by game-changing developments like ETF approvals and real-world asset integration on the XRP ledger. The crowd is feeling bullish, and the numbers prove it. Just last month, the probability hovered around 70%. Now, a 23% swing has the market roaring with optimism. Even back in January 2025, the odds were neck and neck, with only 45% of bettors believing approval before Q3 2025. But now, the tide has turned. Jeremy Hogan, partner at Hogan and a prominent XRP advocate during the SEC versus Ripple Labs battle, has weighed in on the timeline for an XRP ETF hitting the market, and his take might test your patience. Despite his pro-XRP stance, Hogan tempered expectations when asked how soon approval could happen. Sure, approval can move quickly, he explained, but then the S1 has to go through, and so on. Realistically, think 8 to 12 months. For XRP supporters eager to see this milestone, it's a waiting game, one that aligns with what experts across the board keep reiterating. This year, yes, later this year, XRP is gearing up to steal the spotlight, and I'll say it, the bull run might be over by then, but who cares? In my humble opinion, this isn't just a coin, it's a face melter. XRP is going to explode, and nothing's stopping it, period. We picked a winner, folks. One of the clearest, most obvious bets in crypto history, and I'll stand by that until my last breath. Since diving into crypto back in 2017, I've believed it with every fiber of my being, and now the world is finally catching up. Whether you've been in this space longer than I have or joined more recently, chances are you've had that moment, the realization. We know something the rest of the world doesn't. And guess what? We were right. The tides are turning, and everyone else is finally waking up. And then there's this. Ripple's CEO just met with key policymakers in DC, and he's optimistic about future US crypto regulations. Let's be real, Ripple has always been the adult in the room. Long before I even knew XRP existed, their mission was clear: compliance, legitimacy, and a vision to lead. And now they're in the halls of power, where only true leaders belong. The tides may finally be turning. Brad Garlinghouse recently shared a post that could mark a pivotal moment for crypto in the US. He shared 3 striking photos from an action-packed day in Washington, D.C., where he walked away with a renewed sense of hope, a belief that meaningful bipartisan legislation for crypto might finally be within reach. An incredible opportunity to establish clear, pro-innovation regulatory frameworks, he said, thanking key representatives who are championing the cause. One standout figure, Richie Torres, a rare pro-crypto Democrat. Torres has consistently refused to follow the party's anti-crypto stance, even under the Biden administration. While his party's position may have cost them at the ballot box, Torres stayed true to his beliefs, earning respect from both sides of the aisle. You love to see it, truly. And then there's this gem from Representative Bill, his last name? Huizenga. I try pronouncing it, but let's not risk it. Doesn't matter. What does matter is what he said. He reposted Brad Garlinghouse's message and added, "So glad to be a part of these important conversations both now and over the years. Thanks for your and your team's engagement, Brad Garlinghouse. We are within striking distance." Striking distance. Let that sink in. Folks, we're here. We've arrived. The pieces are falling into place, and the wait is almost over. Face-melting moments are on the horizon, and we were right all along. It's unfolding faster and more brilliantly than I ever imagined. Thanks to the way the election played out, this feels like watching destiny on steroids. What a time to witness history. But hey, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make any moves based on my excitement. That would be a terrible idea.